Oh shit, now mine's going.
Yeah, don't be a fuckwit. You know what? Now fans who have Google Homes, all their shit's gonna be going off. By the way, your mic's off.
Yeah,
Welcome back to the Ennui Talk podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Winter.
Winner.
I've actually been told by other co-hosts of the Ennui Talk podcast now, officially, Sam Davis, that you bully me.
He said that last time. He said that during the live podcast.
Yeah, he did. Are you aware of that?
I honestly couldn't give a flying fuck.
No, I'm very fucking aware. I'm very fucking aware that you don't give a flying fuck.
People can think I'm bullying you, but it's just the way we talk to each other. Like when you're not on camera, you're just as bad.
No, exactly. Like I'm at your house and he's like, "Oh, Matt, I really missed you. I'm glad you came over for dinner. You know, coming over from Mudgee. You're a shit stain on society. You know, that's the shit we say to each other. But I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what best friends say to each other.
Yeah, and it's annoying too when people are like that Sam guy. He's like, "Oh, he's bullying you. He's bullying." It's like, no, I'm not. I just.
Oh no, Sam knows you're not bullying me.
I'm not hosting a podcast, so I don't have to be polite.
You fucking prick. No,
I'm just a co-host.
Sam's a good guy. Isn't it funny how both the co-hosts of the podcast both have the last name Davis?
Hilarious. Wonder how many people think we're probably related.
Well, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a meetup, and you're gonna fight.
Why would I do that?
Because, well, you know, Taekwondo. He knows how to edit videos. Who's gonna win?
Honestly, probably him.
Probably. You can fight. Can't you fight?
Yeah, but I'm so fucking lazy now.
No, I've noticed. Yeah. Opposed to me, isn't it funny how years ago you were the Taekwondo, all this, you know, I can fight like, you know, buggery. And then I was like I'm the introverted entrepreneur. And now I'm the one fucking going to the gym. I'm the one worked on chess last night. And what are you doing? You're a workaholic like I used to be. Isn't it funny?
Do you want to fight in real life? See how fucking lazy I really am.
You know what? I think if you get a few twos new in you would knock me. I think you would knock me on.
Have you actually been going to the gym?
I have actually. I've gone twice now, and I bought a membership, so now I have to do it. Losing money is a good way to have accountability.
I fucking cancelled my membership. I didn't cancel. I suspended it. I got my membership, and then like 3 weeks later, a new roster started. And I didn't. The schedule I'd set, I couldn't go, so I had to suspend my membership. I probably should restart it though. You
should, and I think it's like I don't know. It does feel good to be sore after the gym. Do you know what I mean? Like it's no, but it's good. Like you feel good about yourself
after the gym or after visiting gym.
After gym. That's not funny. Are you trying to make a sex joke that I have sex with a guy called Jim?
Yeah. I imagine he'd be like a big angry guy too.
It's actually Jim Parsons, aka Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory.
I bet he has a long dick.
I feel like when he comes, he goes bazinga.
I don't think so.
The one thing I want to talk about on this podcast, I don't care about anything else we cover, but it's the fact that Pete Davidson, one of my favorite comedians, was seen holding hands with Kim Kardashian.
Oh yeah, I saw something about that. That's what I have to say about that.
Look, I think that like if it proves that like
I reckon it's because he has a huge dick.
No, it can't be.
And I'm being like genuinely serious. He must be hung like a Jerusalem donkey. Dead set.
I don't think so though. Like he doesn't. I don't know. I thought it'd be more that it's like because his personality and he's funny and he's got a bit of money on him.
He doesn't really have a personality.
Have you seen him? He's funny. He's very funny.
That's like his only thing. He's funny and depressed and smokes a lot of weed.
Yeah, that's a pretty good personality if you ask me.
Oh wow, that's like half of Scone.
Yeah, that's kind of true. It's like half of Mudgee as well. Bazinga, whoever's listening from our local area.
Wow.
Bazinga right in your face. But I think it just proves that like it gives me hope as a comedian that I can get attractive women as well. I never thought I could in my life. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't really call you a comedian.
I am. Why is that?
I'd call you more like a joke. I'd call you a joke. I reckon that'd be you.
You are replaceable. You do realize this. No, you're not, Benny. You're always going to be my.
That just means that my Wednesday afternoons will be free now.
Oh, you're funny. You're hilarious. I don't know. I think that I couldn't get attractive women. Like if he could
do you reckon they were holding hands though romantically, or they were just holding hands like as friends?
Do friends hold hands?
Because she's like in her 40s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's old. She's older, but like I don't know. Like didn't she like? But he's had flings with like everybody as well. Like I don't know. Like he seems to date women, and then I don't
really know how like serious he is about relationships though.
Did you have you heard a lot about the Ariana Grande? How he dated her for like the longest time.
Was engaged.
Yeah, and then apparently she was like, I didn't really like him anyway, or she like talked shit about him in like some magazine or some shit, and so that's what I'm worried. If I get attractive women, they're just gonna talk shit about me on their Instagram lives because obviously I only date Instagram influencers.
Yeah, you only date fucking influencers, obviously.
Exactly.
Many of them getting around at Mudgee, or
yeah, of course. No, I'll fly up to Ennui or fly up to Sydney, fly up to the major cities, have some sexual relations.
I like how you said Ennui. I love how you said Ennui.
What's wrong with that?
It's like people from like this area think Neui's a big city. It's fucking hilarious.
It's a big city. It's a city, nonetheless.
Yeah, so it's technically Tamworth.
Yeah, but Tamworth's what is the Tamworth the home of? I don't know. Fucking
the Golden Guitar.
You know what? If I really want
Country Music Festival.
If I'm going to be serious here, Tamworth is like the Tasmania of Australia, all inbred, every single person. But they have a country music festival.
Yeah, they do. It's fucking huge festival too.
What is it? How big is the country music festival? I know all our listeners.
It's pretty big to get international celebrities to come over to it. I'd say it's like who? Decent size. Well,
okay,
like Dolly Parton,
Keith Urban, Dolly Parton.
Keith Urban's Australian.
Yeah, he's still big in my eyes.
He's not fucking international when he's from Australia. He's just national.
Has Shannon Noel performed at the Country Music Festival?
Oh, honestly, fucking probably.
Shannon Noel is probably one of my
Florida
favorite
Georgia
musicians.
Line were here.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like some pretty big artists come over for it.
Shit. Imagine like
I can't wait for the Weeknd to come over.
The Weeknd?
Yeah.
To the Country Music Festival.
Oh yeah, he'd headline it for sure.
Him and Shannon Noel singing What About Me?
The Country Music Festival is like Australia's Coachella.
I don't like that, but it's true.
Yeah, but I'm right.
You're right. That's not true. What's the big one in Sydney that everyone goes to?
What, COVID-19? It's a fucking huge festival. Ran for like 500 days.
No, what's that big festival that everyone goes to? It's like, we're going to. I keep thinking. Groove is it Groove in the Mood? I'm thinking
no, that's the one at Maitland.
Maitland's a big place. I think everybody listening to this podcast has heard of the big city called Maitland.
Maitland's a shithole.
Maitland's a shithole. People live in
Honestly,
Maitlands.
I want people not from this area to show me where Rutherford ends and where Maitland begins.
Look, you're making fun of one of the greatest areas in the Hunter Valley region.
It's a fucking
Hunter
hole.
Valley. It's in the Hunter region.
It's a fucking hole.
It is a hole. No, but the thing is, like,
it's like the world's biggest industrial estate.
But I would live in Maitland so I could live cheap, save money, and still be like, go to Newcastle. Do you know what I mean?
Just move to Newcastle.
But that's more money. It's like, do you know what I mean?
But you're already there.
Yeah, you can't. Well, if I want to save a bit of money, if I want to save like $100 a rent each week.
Are you really saving money if you're constantly driving to Newcastle?
It depends.
What do you mean it depends? Unless you have a fucking electric car.
Are you going to go to Newcastle every fucking night?
What if you work at Newcastle?
Yeah, take the tram.
There's a tram. You also save
there's probably a tram. I think there's trams in Newcastle now. I remember seeing the plans.
I thought they were going to put a tram line in. There was heaps of people like, no, fuck that. We don't want that shit.
I think it was. I think they put a tram in. I'm pretty sure they put a tram in. Like I'm pretty positive. I'm not Googling it on the podcast. That's rude. I was actually told by a friend of us, Josh, that I watch the podcast every 5 minutes. You were just on your phone, like looking at your notes, and you look very rude. So I'm never going to do that ever again.
That was when it was super scripted.
Yeah, it was.
So you go on your phone right now. You go on your phone right now after just saying that comment.
Oh, sorry. I was just checking my Snapchat notifications. I got none. That's all right though. I'm a lonely boy. Look, it's being away from you and the OG members of the Ennui crew. I can't.
Why not?
There's nothing left for me there. There's nothing left for me.
Like all your family here.
Yeah, that's true, but there's nothing left for me. You know
6 strawberry milk.
Thank you. I'm actually a big fan of strawberry milk. I was actually going to drink it right at the start.
Did you borrow that from your girlfriend? Is it preschool for the day?
What is wrong with strawberry milk? Honestly, strawberry milk better than chocolate milk.
Banana milk.
Do you like banana milk? Honestly,
yeah. The only thing is though, because I'm like lactose intolerant, when I drink it, I have to it has to be on my day off. Like, I can't drink it if I'm out for the day. Yeah. Do
you plan your banana milk consumption around your roster?
I don't really drink much milk.
Yeah, you should be. If you should, look, that could have been a good bit. You know what you did?
Did you just have a fucking stroke?
What? No.
Did you just have a fucking stroke?
Honestly, if you drink too much strawberry,
you know actually one of the strawberry milk.
Yeah, one of the biggest side effects of drinking too much strawberry milk is stroke. For the audio listeners,
that bit
I pretended to have a stroke.
That bit was so not funny.
It was. Look, I tried.
That was a shit
As I
bit.
said, I'm a comedian and I'm getting there. Very.
Your whole life's a fucking joke.
You know what? You're not actually wrong. Like, there's so many. Actually, I was thinking about it the other day because what I've been trying to do is like I've been trying to write down because I've been trying to work on like comedy bits that I can use in videos and the podcast or whatever.
Fuck, cunt. You should just write a biography. That'd be the funniest book ever.
I should. It'd be called The Fall and Fall of Matthew Winter. There's no rise whatsoever.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like the tumble of Matthew Winter.
The stagnant journey of Matthew Winter.
The Hiroshima of Matthew Winter.
Life with Chronic AIDS with Matthew Winter. I don't actually have AIDS. For all the women listening, the only disease I have is being too good at sex.
I'm going to start a new challenge for TikTok. It's going to be called the Freddie Mercury Challenge.
What's the Freddie Mercury Challenge? Get
AIDS and die.
That wasn't funny. Leave the comedy to me, Matthew Winter. I don't know. What I was going to say was, like, there's so many aspects of my life that, like, if you really look at it and you like, not that you dumb it down, but it's like if you write it on a piece of paper, I write in my notes, and I'm like, this is like comedic gold. Like the first girl, I've told you this story. The first girl I ever kissed.
Oh yeah.
3 months later, got leukemia, and I like to think that I was doing God's work. Something like that.
Oh.
She didn't like me after that, but
I don't know.
Not after the joke. I didn't make the joke, but I mean, like,
I wonder why she didn't fucking like you after that.
But realistically, like, that could have been my thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could have been like, I don't know, a messiah of some sort, like telling girls, like, you kiss me, you'll get some sort of disease. Like,
you get leukemia.
Like a hitman. So what people do is they hire me to have sexual relations with somebody who they want to die.
It'd be a fucking shame. You know what the only problem with that is?
What?
You look like you. Like, if you look like Chris Hemsworth, it'd be like super easy to do that.
But that goes back to the Pete Davidson thing. He is a funny man like me. He has a great personality. Yeah, but I could be on SNL.
Nah, I don't think they allow child predators on SNL.
They allowed.
I think that's like a thing.
Adam Sandler wasn't a. No, what else? Actually, isn't it funny?
Don't talk shit about Adam Sandler. I'm going to slap you with my cock.
He's not funny. No, he's alright.
But he's funny. He's precious.
He's precious. No, that's the fat black girl from the movie Precious. Have you seen the movie? She get pregnant and shit, and they called the baby Precious or some shit. I don't know, some black gangster name. There was a girl I used to.
What, Molly?
No, I don't know what it's called. There used to be a girl that I used to work with called Monique, and someone was like, "Oh, speaking of Monique,"
and I said, people's names.
No, it's just a name. Look, but I used to say, and I used to go, white girl with a black girl's name, because it's like Monique. You know what I mean? Like, I've never heard of like a Monique as a white person. Just like Monique, and have like little what do you call that?
Accent.
Little accent. No, more accent's more like frappe. Do you know if you're on the My Macca's app? Bit of a fun fact for you all. If you search the word frappe in your My Macca's app, it doesn't come up because you haven't used the accented E. That's dumb.
You know what the worst problem about that whole thing is?
What?
You cunts never have the frappes people want.
Like what?
Like every time I get a frappe, it's like, no, you don't have that one.
Bullshit. Who else would want? Do you want anything other than chocolate, caramel, mocha, which you don't do anymore, Or,
See?
not my
That
fault.
was
It wasn't
fucking
popular.
awesome.
Wasn't popular enough. Which I don't understand because it's literally just the chocolate and the coffee that they mix together. It's not its own syrup.
It's not like it's a fucking impossible thing to make.
No, exactly. I like the caramel. Do you remember the strawberry frappe?
Yeah, that was so good.
That is disgusting. Just get strawberry milk. You just said
That's
strawberry
like the other
milk
day.
is little girls.
Yeah, but a frappe is different.
Oh, because it's got a bit of blended ice in it.
Yeah.
You're fucking prick. You're an absolute fucking prick. There's nothing
It's a
wrong.
fucking big strawberry milk cunt.
It is. I think it's.
You must have really wanted a strawberry milk.
It was 2 for $5.70, some shit like that from the servo. BP.
Gotta love BP. I want to be
Gotta love
sponsored by BP one day.
Hi, welcome back to When We Talk Podcast. I'm your host Matthew Winter. This episode is sponsored by BP.
British Petroleum.
British Petroleum. Is that what this actually stands for?
I have no idea.
No, neither do I. I just thought it was.
I think one day
superb.
some cunt just said that, and I was like, "Fuck, that makes sense." But then I was like, "Why would they have a big deal with petroleum?" Like,
I feel like it does though. I think it does stand for petroleum. Have you noticed that?
It would stand for petroleum
because they sell fucking petrol at a BP, mate.
I just said, yeah, it would stand for petroleum.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're a fucking retard for even like insinuating that it's not. Have you noticed that like a lot of the servos have been like owned and run by like Indian men?
Yep.
Surely. What is with the Indian men having a monopoly on the petrol station market? Like, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I feel like that, you know, it starts there. It starts the petrol stations. What are they going to take over next? Do you know what I mean?
Smoke marts.
Smoke marts, their grocery stores. You know what? It's not going to be called, you know, Woolworths soon. It's not going to be called Woolies. It's going to be called like some like, you know, offshoot like Doolies so they can keep all the copyright. And then they'll have a whole aisle for fucking butter chicken. Do you know what I mean? Butter chicken is quite good though. It's probably my favorite Indian dish.
Oh yeah.
Do you like butter chicken?
Yeah.
I think I cooked you. Have I cooked you butter chicken before?
You probably like microwave milled it for me before.
No, maybe actually. Now I think about it.
Probably.
I mean, I have been cooking a lot recently.
So BP, it used to stand for British Petroleum. It now stands for Beyond Petroleum.
I think that we should turn this podcast just into petrol company fun facts. Can you give us another one? Any other fun facts?
Actually, I'll Google it. Petrol fun facts.
I don't think there's anything fun about petrol besides the fact that you can burn down a house if you really, really need to. Need to? Want to?
15 fun facts about gasoline.
Let's go. Hit me.
Outside of North America, gasoline is commonly referred to as petrol.
Damn, son. Is there anything else that's actually fun?
It's so fucking stupid.
Give us another one.
Drivers in the United States account for around 44% of the world's gasoline consumption.
Damn, son.
That matches their food intake as well.
Are you trying to say it's the fattest nation on the earth? Because it is.
Yeah. Oh shit, this is a controversial one. The United States actually gets more of its oil from Canada and Mexico than it does from the Middle East.
Really?
So they probably should have invaded one of those countries instead.
That's a bit offensive if you ask me. Like, I think that's it's a bit much, Ben. I don't really want to hear like any more.
I'm going to give you some more. Around 40% of all seaborne cargo is oil.
Fair.
Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserve of 298 billion barrels. The US only has 33 billion barrels.
Name anybody in our target audience who gives a shit about petrol.
Probably some old guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shout out to Tim from Portland, Oregon. Listen to the podcast today. There's your petrol facts you asked for, mate.
Yeah.
We're going to get a comment saying, I wanted gas facts.
But he'd call it gasoline.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, give me some gas facts, boys.
Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, forklifts in Australia run on LPG.
I feel like, sometimes it's like with this podcast. I remember for years it was like we need to discuss things that people actually want to listen to. But I've realized that it's just let's just have a good.
Nobody would. Most of my podcasts I listen to now are just like people sitting around drinking and talking shit.
That's the best ones, I think. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they might not have anything to, like, I might make my weekly wrestling reference and they might have no idea what's going on. But as long as we have
no one fucking watches it.
It's good. No, it's coming back.
Wrestling's coming back.
It really is. I've had this conversation with you before, I swear. There's another company. What? Have I? Yeah. Elite Wrestling.
Maybe I just don't care.
Okay, look. Okay, weekly wrestling reference. All Elite Wrestling is a company that was started by Tony Khan, and he owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, and his dad's like this rich. He's a billionaire, like a billionaire. And they've got a deal with Warner Media, so they're on like TNT and now on TBS in America, which is Ted Turner's company, over in America. And back in the day, the only other big company to go against the WWE was WCW, who also ran on TNT and TBS. And like the ratings are going good. It's getting better and better. The writing's good. The shows are good. And yeah, it's coming back. People actually like wrestling now, except you.
I honestly didn't even know there was a dip in it.
There was. After...
Why? After that guy killed his family and then himself?
No, it was way before that.
Oh.
In 2001, what happened was, so there's WCW and there's WWE. And they have both had head-to-head shows, Monday Night Nitro for Raw. Sorry, Monday Night Nitro for WCW and Monday Night Raw for the WWE. And what happened was, on the final episode of Monday Night Nitro, Vince McMahon came on and said, hey, WWE is buying out WCW. And it was this big, crazy, look at this. And he bought out the other company, took half their talent, dumped the rest of the talent, and then it was like no competition. So everyone's like, yeah, it's not as cool anymore. And in the 90s, it was cool because it was like, hey, suck it, and let's objectify women, and hardcore wrestling, smacking over the head. It was Mankind versus The Rock, 1999, the Royal Rumble. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson gave Mick Foley, aka Mankind, I think it was 19 unprotected chair shots to the head, with about 7 of them from behind. And like, this is wrestling. Like it's obviously predetermined and there's risk in it, but they protect themselves. Getting hit in the back of the head with a chair where he cannot like protect himself. He has a lot of like... brain problems now. That's why Chris Benoit killed his family, because he had so much issues with his concussions that he pretty much lost the plot.
Oh, really? I just thought it because he was fucking crazy.
No, it was the concussions. It was the CTE.
How come no one ever talks about him in the wrestling world?
Who, Chris Benoit?
Yeah.
Because he killed his fucking family, cunt.
But you would think though, like, you would like use him as an example as to why we need to be more careful.
You would.
Like I would like plant that into every cunt's mind. Like, if you don't take care of yourself, you'll end up like him.
Like, I understand where you're coming from, but the one thing you need to remember is that Chris Benoit killed his whole entire fucking family and stabbed his child and his wife.
Entire family. It was
when I say whole family, the people within his house.
It was like his immediate family.
It was his immediate family. It was his wife and his son.
See, that doesn't sound as bad.
It doesn't.
When you're like, it wasn't his whole family, it was just like his little family.
But then when you see 17 times in the chest and he tied her up.
He was making a point.
He was making a point.
Everybody fucking got the point, didn't they?
No, it's funny because he was one of the only wrestlers in the Royal Rumble, which is for people who don't know, a 30-person thing. They come out timed, blah, blah, blah. He was the first person.
Was he number 17?
He was one.
Fuck.
He was number 1. He was number 1. Oh. He's one of the 3 people to win from number 1, and then win the whole thing. So when they do it in like all these fact things, it's like, oh, there's only 3 people to win the Royal Rumble from number 1: Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Anyway, this match is coming underway. Yeah, it's like they don't mention him at all. They cut out every single mention.
Yeah, so I wouldn't do that. I would fucking plaster his name everywhere.
What would you go like? Oh, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the Family Killer, Chris Benoit.
That guy who stabs his wife. But it's like you think about it, like it's a form of entertainment. When other celebrities die, they always talk about them.
But I think that sort of, I don't know, it's interesting, isn't it? I think that the WWE's had so many other problems. Okay, here's a big one.
That guy who fucking died because he jumped from the roof.
That he did not jump from the roof.
Oh, sorry, the zip line gave out.
Look, no, okay, look. If you watch the documentary series Dark Side of the Ring, what happened was he was, because they had nothing for him creative. He was playing the Blue Blazer, which was a superhero, and he was ziplining from the thing.
That sounds like a sex thing.
The Blue Blazer. Just sounds like a porn star.
No, it sounds like a real rough like sex thing.
It does.
I gave her the Blue Blazer last night.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It sounds really bad.
What happened was, and this is from what I remember, like obviously on an actual zip line, like there was the first time they'd worked with that company, and like usually, you know when you go on the Harbour Bridge, have you ever climbed the Harbour Bridge? No, you haven't, have you?
No.
But okay, it's one of those locks where it's like, okay, the thing, and then you wind it shut. Like you like screw it shut and it's like it clamps. Do you know what I mean? Like between his thing and the thing that's holding onto him. That's a really bad way of explaining it.
Do you mean like the clip that holds him onto the line?
Correct. The clip that holds him onto the line. It's a
next
windy
time just
one.
say that.
I'll just say that. And you wind it. The one that they used for him was one of the ones where it was just what did I call it? A clip thing?
The carabiner clip.
Yeah, but it was just a one with a bend in it.
Yeah,
it was not locked.
Loaded. The spring-loaded thing, yeah.
Well, sort of thing. Like, yeah, and you open it and you close it.
Yeah.
That's what he was being held, like, hundreds of feet above the air. And, you know, it was not tested properly whatsoever to hold the weight. That's why he fucking fell.
Did he land on anyone?
No, he landed on the top rope.
Oh shit! So he basically had almost made it. He was that close.
Now, okay.
So really, that company could say 99% guarantee.
Okay, if you're Vince McMahon,
99% of the way there.
That's fucked up. If you're Vince McMahon and somebody like that he falls from the sky, he is like very, very, very much hurt, and he's stretched out to the back. Would you continue with your pay-per-view event, or would you just like no? We need to end the show.
I continue because at that point he's not dead; he's just hurt.
Okay, without the joke, what would you actually do?
I see football players. Generally, I'd keep it going.
Bro, he died. He died. Like he was dead in that ring.
Oh, see, I thought you were saying that he was just because you said he was really badly hurt.
He was pretty much dead.
Okay, so he wasn't dead. He was almost dead. Okay. I've seen football players. This is a little bit different. I've seen football players get carried off the field. That game continues.
But you know they're not going to die.
What about the guy who got hit in the neck with the cricket ball? He was basically dead.
Did they fall fucking like hundreds of feet from the sky?
No, but like if he's not dead, he's just hurt.
No, he's not. He was like he was pretty much like fighting for his life, and then he died. But
he wasn't dead.
Are we going to stick with this answer?
Honestly, it sounds terrible, but like if he wasn't dead at the point when he was on the ground, to me,
do you want me to get the details?
The show still goes ahead. Get the actual details up and tell me if he was like pronounced dead on the spot.
He was not pronounced dead on the spot.
Okay,
he wasn't.
Okay, but then the show will go
on. He fell 78 feet, which is 24 meters, landing chest first on the top rope.
So he didn't hit the top rope. He fell onto the top rope.
No, he hit the top rope like chest first.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like the way you said it before sounded like he'd like ran into the top rope.
No, he fell from the fucking sky, cunt.
Oh, what a bad cunt.
78 feet.
Yeah, okay. See, that changes my answer again. Then I would call the show off because like people have just watched this man fall 78 feet. I'd be like, oh shit.
No, exactly.
No one's getting their money back, but
So what do you think they did? Do you think they kept going?
They kept the show going, for sure, 100%.
And they cut to backstage to some chick, I think it was Deborah, and Jeff Jarrett, who was one of Owen Hart's friends. And then Owen Hart made his Jeff Jarrett made his entrance with Deborah as his best friend. Owen Hart was getting stretchered off backstage, and he had to go in the ring and wrestle. And like the crowd is just dead. Nobody cares after that. People have said that is one of the worst mistakes that Vince McMahon has ever made, and I agree. None of the matches were like great matches after that one. Like they were just, whatever. But
I guess at that point though, people have already paid.
Can't.
No, like I'm saying I would have canned the show, but what I mean is like people have already paid. So you got to make a real quick judgment call.
They're $1 million. They're a corporation. They're $1 million.
I know, but could you imagine refunding all that money and then having the fact that you've paid for the booking and everything?
It's not hard to give money back. Look, this is somebody's life we're talking about.
Yeah. No one asked him what he would have wanted to do.
He died. Owen Hart died that night.
Yeah. So did that other guy killed his family. Would you give money back then?
No.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I'd just get the show
going. If anything,
going.
I'd ask for more money.
It's funny. With Vince McMahon, there's actually another big story. In 1993, he went to trial for so apparently one of his doctors was giving all these wrestlers steroids. And they're pretty much saying that Vince McMahon was like a drug dealer. So the whole thing was proving, like on Vince McMahon's side, was proving that he had nothing to do with the actual giving out of the drugs. And it's like, okay, whatever. It was really weird. And because like there was a lot of wrestlers involved, it did feel like it was a circus in that courtroom. But one of the weird things was Vince McMahon, and he says that he had neck surgery, but like it seemed like a weird coincidence. At every press thing for this steroid trial, in the court, standing up on the podium, he's wearing a fucking neck brace to try and like build sympathy for himself. And it's like, is that a bit weird? I'm kind of...
Yeah, that is weird.
That is weird, isn't it?
I mean, if you want to... that's fucking weird, man.
But it could look... If I was going to like...
What sort of sympathy are you hoping to build, though, if you said you had surgery? But okay.
Yeah, but
surgery.
like...
Fucking
it
champion.
makes them look
I had a vasectomy the other day. From fucking what? Dealing drugs?
Pretty much.
Like if I went to jail, if I went to court because I was caught dealing drugs and I wanted sympathy for my sore neck, where am I getting... What story am I telling that's convincing enough for them to forget about the drug dealing?
I know exactly what I'd do if I was...
Like I was tackled by the police because I was dealing drugs.
No, like there's so much you could do. Like, hey, if I was in a situation where I went to court for dealing drugs, I would go in there and say, my 14-year-old son forced me to sell drugs on the street because otherwise he was going to kill my entire family. Because these guys have vendetta against me because, I might have been the best dad in the world. But I want to show to my son that I can be the man that I want my son to be. And then you know what happened? Everybody, the judge, the plaintiff, the guys in the jury, they'd all stand up, they'd start clapping. They just start applauding. Because
what
it's like this.
What movie did you steal that from?
I think it's from...
that sounds like a Jim Carrey movie almost.
I feel like it's... what's that one with... it's with the black guy, Morgan Freeman. It's probably a Morgan Freeman movie. Is it Blood Diamond? I think it's Blood Diamond.
Evan Almighty.
Evan Almighty. That's not a really good movie. I do not think that he is that funny.
Who?
Who's that actor from Evan Almighty? Or is it Bruce?
Is it Evan Almighty?
Yeah, Jim Carrey. I don't know. Have you seen him?
Bruce Almighty. Is it Bruce Almighty?
I think it's one of them.
I can't believe they had a sequel
with Steve Carell, which is just weird. I don't understand. Have you seen the video of Jim Carrey and he's on one of the talk shows and he comes out and he's doing like the Illuminati, like the tongue out and the I don't even know. Pardon me, sorry, strawberry milk.
That's the Illuminati, man.
Yeah, that's that. And going and it's like the Illuminati symbol, and he's like trying to, I don't know, people are like, oh, he's one of the Hollywood Illuminati members. Ooh, crazy. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's all
he kind of
conspiracy.
had lost the plot, though.
He has.
His ex-girlfriend or something died. I think he was the suspect.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she died because when she first died, it was I think it might have been suicide or she died of something. But for some funny reason, he was a suspect, or or the police questioned him, which immediately, as a celebrity, makes you look like you fucked then.
Well, yeah, God, yeah, but like, I guess the show just is going to go on. Like, if your girlfriend dies, you just have to keep the show going. Do you know what I mean? Just like with Owen Hart falling from the sky.
True. Yeah.
What do you think about Alec Baldwin?
Or I feel like the press haven't handled that very well.
Have you seen how there's like?
I feel like there's way too many memes about it as well.
It's quite sad, and then like
I feel bad for him. Like it's like I know a lot of people are probably gonna not like that, but I feel bad for him.
I feel like the whole.
There's so many safety things that are meant to go ahead before using one of those prop guns. So clearly a corner was cut by someone, and now he has to live with that for the rest of his life, that he fired the gun that shouldn't have happened with.
It's
it's like the same guy who shot Bruce Lee's son, Jet Li.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Never heard of this story.
So Bruce Lee's son died on. Have you ever seen the movie The Crow?
No.
Okay. So Bruce Lee's son died filming that, and anyway, the scene where he died is sort of actually in the movie, like where he got shot by a prop gun that had a dummy blank in it, like had a bad blank in it, and but that's the first scene in the movie, but they shot that scene last.
Really?
So the whole movie got made, but the scene where he gets shot, it's like one of the first scenes of the movie. Yeah, it's a huge big like conspiracy theory about it because apparently the Lee family's cursed.
Interesting. That's sad, isn't it? Like how just like
it was
someone's not doing the job, and then somebody dies because of that.
But it could it's purely accidental too.
Oh,
and
exactly.
Just because maybe one corner got cut.
But you can't cut corners when it comes to safety of those things.
Yeah, and what's amazing that they still use those type of guns in movies.
That's dumb, isn't it? I feel like there's a way to. I don't know.
Like CGI and special effects is so up to date now. Like you don't need to use blanks.
No, you don't.
Like I know it looks cool and it gives a more genuine effect, but fuck me, like people's lives on the line.
Exactly. But that's the thing. It's like, okay, if you're going to do it, if you're really going to do it, make sure everybody's safe.
Yeah.
Fucking didn't do that. Like whatsoever. Like that's ridiculous to me. Like that's the thing that.
And like, have you seen pictures of Alec? He looks fucked, man.
He does. Have you seen the video?
Like shit.
Have you seen the video of him talking to paparazzi?
Yeah.
And it's like, my kid's in the car crying because you guys are following us. Like, I can't talk about the investigation, but I just want to say.
Did you see that video of the paparazzi member who forgot the lady who died name?
That's the one I'm thinking of.
And he even
you can't
said,
even fucking remember your name.
He's like, oh, I've forgotten her name. I was like, dude, you can't go and ask him questions about it when you can't even remember her name.
That's fucked. Like that makes it a level beyond.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like the press isn't handling this very well. Like they're making it out like he purposely shot her.
It's fucked. He didn't. It was an accident, and now he's gonna live with that for the rest of his life. Of course, paparazzi want to get their scoop. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's the paparazzi for you. But if I wish I had paparazzi coming after me. I feel like I deserve it.
Question your molestation accusations.
There's no accusations. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I did not have sexual relations with that girl.
That was actually not a bad George Bush impersonation. I feel like he could have dressed as Bush for Halloween.
Yeah, you reckon? Invaded a country or two?
Did you actually? I was gonna say I was gonna dress as the Joker, but I just felt like
that would have been so fucking weird.
It would have been fucking weird.
It would have been way too close to home too. You look like a massive incel.
Did you see the video? There's a picture of a guy on a train in somewhere in Japan. It might have been Tokyo, and he's dressed as the Joker. and it was like, oh, look at this funny guy dressed the joke on a train. And people are making jokes like, oh, we riv in a society. Like, oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
But then there was...
we riv in a society.
That night, there was a report that train actually got bombed, and he's the prime suspect.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I guess what he said was true. We do riv in a society. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we riv in a society.
Before we end up this episode, I made a joke at work yesterday.
Let me guess, you got in trouble for it.
No, there was a girl who didn't find it funny, and I guess like you know how when if you say a joke that's a bit racy, some people like all the boys in the back area loved it, and it's just like it's harmless little, I don't know, but then it's also a bit like, all I said was 5 in lane, 1 suicide bomber on kiosk, and that's all I said, and I felt like it was a bit much. Do you feel like it's a bit much? Or can we make that joke? Do you know what I mean? Like, are we made?
It depends. I don't really like making too many jokes about suicide, just because it's like one of those things that people who have got mental issues are constantly thinking about.
But then we all say Allahu Akbar and think that's hilarious.
Yeah, but that is funny.
But if I say suicide bomber,
it's different. Yeah, like different. I don't know.
I think you have to choose your audience. And I think that it wasn't
at
chosen.
Work, like I slip up at work all the time, but I don't like say shit like this at work because like I'm like I gotta be professional.
You gotta find the balance.
I don't know who's going through what and who gets. Here's the thing though. I don't like when people take offense to things that they probably shouldn't take offense to. That doesn't directly offend them. That shits me off. I'm like, why do you even care? Like,
no, exactly.
Unless you genuinely believe in that, or like, if this is going to affect you daily, don't take offense to it.
That's stupid. I think you have to pick your audience with what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, everybody's sense of humor is different. I'm under the strong belief that you can joke about anything, but not everybody's like that. And also, I think there are jokes that are like, there's low hanging fruit. Like, remember how there was that joke by Isaac Butterfield that was really like, people found really offensive. Do you remember that? It was like about the mosque shooting in New Zealand.
Was it like a day after it happened?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, see, that's like if you made a joke about 9/11 the day after. Like, even today, there's some people who are like, too soon.
Like, no, exactly. Like, somebody said wanted a 9/11 joke today at work or something like, who are the best readers? And it was like, people in 9/11, because it can go through like 75 stories in
a few minutes. Yeah. So that's pretty funny.
That is funny. But that's creative as well. Is me saying, and 1 suicide bomber on kiosk creative? No, it probably is low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have said it at work.
No.
Especially in the role you're in.
Look, we don't want to get too far into it because then it's going to blow up my face. It absolutely will. But look, at the end of the day,
like you're in a role where people are like relying on you and sort of like take charge from you. So it's like when you're out there saying like shit like that, they're gonna think it's okay to say it as well, and they're gonna say it to the wrong person.
That's the thing. I think you need to find the balance. And you need to know when you can joke around with certain people.
Yeah,
you need to know those people. We might
like I say shit to people at work, but I know where my line is with them.
No, exactly.
Like I know where my
that's
line
the
is.
thing. And you work with older men as well. Like with me, it's like there are boys.
I actually work with a lot of young blokes who are only a couple of years older than me. There's only like one or two. There's only one guy now who's like old as fuck at work.
Really interesting.
Yeah, I have a lot of young people. Like I'm the youngest full-time worker, but there's like the other guys. I think one of them's only 10 years older than me. That one's only like 12 months older than me now. So
far out.
They're sort of my audience, and we sort of all joke around about the same things. But that's it. Like only with those guys.
Yeah, no, I get 100%. I don't give a fuck about your work life. Thanks for listening to the Owen
Lick
podcast.
my balls. I hope you can't. I'm not going to let you do an outro. Like I genuinely will not. You can fuck off. I hope you choke. Dead set. Followers. You have fugly glasses. You got a
that
small
one was
dick.
a bit far. That one was a bit far.
Yeah, your asshole's like a clown's pocket.
Thank you for joining us on the Talk Podcast.
Fuck you.